Like you said, that life changes every 7 years, and you've been to India. You're pretty familiar with Indian spirituality and how Indians, have been, or India has been a cradle of things like yoga and spirituality and mindfulness and things like that. And like you just mentioned, that our lives are divided into 7 years or changes every 7 year. In India also we have this concept where we say that we have four avasthas, or and I'm not really sure now, four or five, like, so we are kids, so our life purpose is different, our duties are different, and then you become an adult, then you get into grahast jivan, which is like when you get married, and like eventually you get into spirituality and in the service of humanity and God. So and you've been to India so many times, and I've asked you this earlier as well, and once again I'll ask you, why do you not write something on Indian spirituality? I mean, I've read a lot of your books which
Mhm.
talk about Japanese stuff,
Mm.
Okinawa, of course, and then you wrote Ichigo Ichi, which is about mindfulness living and living in the present. But why not at least include something
Yes,
on Indian
because I
spirituality?
think that Indian spirituality is something so big that if you are respectful as an author, you need to study much more. I have read a lot of Indian authors, but I don't know enough. When I was very young, I was always reading Jiddu Krishnamurti. I liked very much his speeches. He's a very rational man, but it was interesting. I love Ramana Maharshi, and I love the old masters. Of course, I love the inspirations of Buddha and many other things. But I think to write properly about Indian spirituality, I should read the sacred writings and study much more than I know now. But I find it very, very interesting because it's the cradle of spirituality in the rest of the world.
Absolutely, and I know you respect it, and that's why you feel that you have to first dive in the ocean and then come out and write about it. But maybe when you're like, for example, I was reading Ikigai, and there you talk about sun salutation, which is actually pranama,
Yes, yes,
Surya Namaskar, sorry. So those are yoga things, and maybe there we should totally credit India,
totally.
about.
Yoga actually is so spread in all the world that if we go to California in United States, is more popular yoga than any other Western sport. So I think the Indian wisdom has influenced the whole world. And many things, maybe that are famous in Japan, like the Zen philosophy, it comes from China, but originally it comes from India too. So everything that has to do with meditation. Now in United States, they call it mindfulness because this doctor of New York was experiencing this with patients, and it comes from many different religions of India. So I think that this millenarian tradition of looking at yourself inside and being in harmony with the others and with yourself has influenced and has taken many names in the Western world. So it's very nice to go to the sources and I think we need a whole life to understand everything what India meant for spirituality because
That would be amazing. Yeah.
it's so huge, the heritage and the different religions and masters and streams that you need a whole life to investigate.